If you've ever walked into a room and forgotten why you're there, congratulations, you're human. After 60, the brain isn't broken. It's just busier, sorting a lifetime of memories while managing today's to-do list. The good news is that memory is far more trainable than most people think. You don't need miracle pills or brain helmets. You need a handful of daily habits that keep blood flowing, stress down, sleep steady, and curiosity alive. Think of this as your friendly, slightly cheeky guide to a sharper memory. Practical, doable, and occasionally funny, because the brain loves a good laugh. Here's the plan. We'll stack small wins that compound. More oxygen to the brain, better fuel on the plate, steadier sleep, focused attention, and regular novelty that nudges new connections to grow. Sprinkle in social time, a few science-backed memory tricks, and a calmer nervous system, and you've got the recipe. If you see a tip you already do, great. We'll add a twist to level it up. If a point repeats later, that's on purpose. The brain learns by repetition and variation. First habit, move like your memory depends on it, because it does. Aerobic activity increases blood flow and encourages the growth of new connections in brain regions linked to learning. You don't need a medal, you need momentum. Start with 10 brisk minutes after breakfast and 10 after dinner. If joints complain, try water walking or a bike. Walking with a friend adds conversation, which doubles the benefit. Set a simple rule. Shoes by the door, jacket on the chair, and a tiny celebration when you're back. A tick on a calendar works wonders. Upgrade it with intervals for grown-ups. After a gentle warm-up, walk 1 block a bit faster, then 2 blocks at your normal pace. Repeat that pattern 5 times. Your heart rate rises, oxygen delivery improves, and your brain gets a fresh supply of what it loves most. Pair the walk with a simple mental game. Name 5 things you see that start with the same letter. Movement plus attention is a memory-powered duo. Second habit, add a pinch of strength and balance. Strong legs and hips keep blood moving and help you stay active, which protects cognition long-term. 2 days a week, do a gentle circuit at home. Sit to stands from a chair, wall push-ups, and a light row with a resistance band. Finish with balance practice. Stand near the counter, lift 1 foot for 10 slow breaths, then switch. If that feels easy, close your eyes for the last 2 breaths, but keep one hand hovering over the counter. Brave is good, reckless is not. Treat balance like brushing your teeth, quick and daily. Waiting for the kettle? Heel to toe walk along the counter. Folding laundry? Single leg stance between shirts. These micro sessions keep your vestibular system tuned and your brain alert to where your body is in space, a skill tightly linked to confidence and memory performance in daily life. Third habit, sleep like it's your brain's cleaning crew, because that's when deep cleaning happens. During quality sleep, your brain clears metabolic clutter that builds up while you're awake. Think of it as a night shift picking up mental coffee cups and old sticky notes. Protect this shift with a gentle routine. Dim lights an hour before bed, put the phone on vacation in another room, and keep the bedroom cool and quiet. If sleep plays hard to get, try a wind-down sandwich. 5 minutes of easy movement, 5 minutes of warm shower or bath, 5 minutes of slow breathing. Keep bedtimes and wake times consistent, even on weekends. If naps creep in, keep them short. 20 minutes is a snack, 2 hours is a second dinner. And if worries start a late-night meeting, write them down on a small card and tell them politely to wait until morning. Fourth habit, feed your brain like you like it. Leafy greens, Colorful vegetables, berries, beans, nuts, whole grains, olive oil, and fish form a delicious team. This style of eating keeps blood vessels happy and inflammation down. Two friends of memory. No need to be perfect, be consistent. Aim for a big salad or cooked greens daily. Berries 3 times a week. Beans or lentils most days, and fish once or twice a week. Dessert exists. It's just not the main character. Make it friction-free. Prep a brain bowl base on Sundays. A container of cooked grains, a tray of roasted vegetables, and a jar of vinaigrette. Add beans or chicken, toss, and you've got lunch in 1 minute. For snacks, keep nuts and fruit at eye level and hide the candy like it owes you money. If you love dessert, pair something sweet with yogurt or a few nuts so you get protein with pleasure. Fifth habit, mind your numbers, especially the vascular ones. High blood pressure, high blood sugar, and unfavorable cholesterol quietly chip away at memory over time. You don't need to obsess. You need awareness. Check blood pressure on calm mornings a couple of times a week and write it down. Notice how restaurant dinners nudge the numbers up while home-cooked, veggie-heavy meals glide them down. That feedback turns motivation from a speech into a choice. If appetite and sugar feel like a roller coaster, stabilize the track. Eat balanced meals with fiber, protein, and healthy fats. If you enjoy bread or pasta, make it the side character, not the star, and pair it with vegetables and protein. Your brain prefers steady energy to fireworks. Sixth habit, talk to people, real humans, ideally ones who make you laugh. Social connection lights up vast brain networks at once. Language, attention, emotion, memory retrieval. It's a workout disguised as coffee. Schedule a weekly walk and talk, join a class, or call the friend who tells the best stories. If loneliness has crept in, treat social time like a prescription. 2 doses a week. Laughter is needed. Refills unlimited. To make it stick, tie connection to something you already do. If you always shop on Wednesdays, meet a neighbor for a quick tea after. If you watch a show, watch an episode with a friend and chat for 5 minutes about the plot holes. The content matters less than the shared attention. Seventh habit, learn like a curious kid. Novelty nudges the brain to grow new connections. Choose one skill that's slightly uncomfortable and very interesting. A new language phrase, a day, a simple piano tune, light coding puzzles, or drawing with a pencil for 10 minutes. The bar is low. Aim for, I did it, not I impressed YouTube. Pair learning with context. If you're practicing words in a new language, stick them on things around the house. If you're learning a tune, play it for someone. Even the plant will do. The brain remembers better when skills connect to places, people, and purpose. Eighth habit, train attention so memories have a chance to form. Multitasking is a polite way to describe doing several things poorly. Try a daily 5-minute attention drill. Pick one ordinary object, a spoon, a leaf, and examine it with curiosity. Notice textures, reflections, edges. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back. That redirection is a rep for your attention muscle. Add a short breathing practice to lower background noise. Inhale through the nose for 4 seconds. Exhale for 6. Repeat for 5 minutes. You're not trying to win at breathing. You're signaling safety to the nervous system. A calmer system records memories more cleanly. Ninth habit, use actual memory techniques. They work, and they're strangely fun. Spaced repetition means revisiting important information on a schedule. 10 minutes later, 1 day later, 3 days later, a week later. Each revisit tells the brain, this matters. Chunking groups bits into meaningful bundles, a phone number, a recipe, a shopping list by aisle. And the old school method of loci, memory palace, turns a path through your home into a storage system. Bananas on the doormat, olive oil on the stairs, cinnamon dancing on the sofa. Absurd images stick. Start tiny. Take 5 names you want to remember and attach a quirky picture. Bill holds a bill. Rose wears a rose. Mr. Baker is literally baking. Laugh at it. Humor is superglue for memory. Review the names while making tea, then again tomorrow. Low effort, high return. 10th habit. Play games, but wisely. Crosswords, word games, number puzzles, and strategy board games can sharpen attention and pattern recognition. Apps can help too, as long as they don't replace real-world novelty. If you do puzzles, rotate types and raise the challenge gently. Better yet, make it social once a week. A puzzle at the cafe or a board game with family fires more circuits than any solo app. If games feel like candy, fun but empty, mix them with a learning task. Alternate 15 minutes of a puzzle with 10 minutes of learning a tune or a phrase. Your brain gets play and progress in the same hour. 11th habit. Give your stress a shorter leash. Chronic stress narrows attention and crowds out new learning. Your brain is too busy scanning for tigers. Create tiny chill rituals. 2 slow breaths before you open email. A 1-minute shoulder roll between tasks. A quick stretch after phone calls. Pick an activity that truly quiets you. Gardening, light tai chi, prayer, music, and schedule it like an appointment with your future memory. On tough days, try the name, tame, reframe trick. Name the feeling, I'm overwhelmed. Tame it with breath or a short walk, and reframe the next step as one small action. Brains love momentum. They dislike mystery bosses. 12th habit. Give your memory external helpers and clear the screen noise. A small notebook or notes app is not cheating. It's plumbing. Write down to-dos, appointments, and ideas. Keep 1 calendar, not 6. Turn off non-essential notifications so your attention isn't constantly yanked by pings. Batch messages twice a day instead of grazing all day. When the mental hallway is quiet, important memories have room to line up. Build a default day checklist. Morning water and short walk, 1 learning bite, a social touch, vegetables on half the plate, and lights down an hour before bed. When life gets chaotic, a default day catches you like a helpful net. Start over tomorrow without drama. Consistency, not perfection, is the goal. Let's make the kitchen your ally. Put the brain foods where your eyes land first. Berries in a clear container, washed greens on the middle shelf, nuts in small cups by the kettle. Move the sometimes foods to higher cabinets. Keep olive oil, herbs, and lemon within reach, so flavor doesn't depend on salt and butter. A good knife and a sheet pan solve half of dinner. Chop, roast, done. Shopping gets easier with a standing list. Leafy greens, broccoli, tomatoes, onions, peppers, berries, apples, oats, whole grain bread, beans, lentils, eggs, yogurt, olive oil, and a lean protein you like. Add 2 items for joy. A fancy tea, a new spice, because enthusiasm is a real nutrient for habit change. Here's a sample day you can borrow. Breakfast, oatmeal with walnuts, blueberries, and cinnamon, coffee or tea without syrups. Mid-morning, an apple and a few almonds. Lunch, a big salad with mixed greens, chickpeas, cucumber, tomato, olive oil, and lemon. A slice of whole grain bread. Afternoon, plain yogurt with sliced peach. Dinner, roasted salmon or beans with a tray of vegetables and a side of barley. Evening, herbal tea, lights down, short stretch, Slow breathing. Keep humor in the mix. When you forget why you opened the fridge, declare it a modern art appreciation break. Take one breath and remember what you were hunting. Set weekly micro challenges. Learn 5 words in a new language. Walk a new route. Try a spice you've never used. Call a friend you haven't seen in a while. Or memorize a 4-line poem. The point is a novelty with a smile. Let's go a bit deeper on memory tricks. For names, use the hear, link, repeat method. Hear the name, link it to a silly image, repeat it once in the conversation. For lists, build a mental pathway. Front door, hallway table, couch, lamp, window, kitchen sink. Place each item on that path with a cartoon-level image. For facts, use spaced repetition, review shortly after learning, then tomorrow, then 3 days later, then a week later. Put the reviews on your calendar so they actually happen. If you enjoy tech, try a simple flashcard app. Create 5 cards a day. Keep it playful. Add a tiny joke or a sketch to each card. If you hate tech, use index cards and a small box labeled today, tomorrow, in 3 days, and next week. Move each card forward after you review it. Low tech wins count. Teach to remember. When you explain a new idea to someone else, even your future self in a voice memo, you find the gaps and strengthen the wires. After you learn something tiny, teach it that afternoon. Your brain will thank you with better recall next week. Design your environment to do half the work. Keep a book on the coffee table and the remote on a shelf. Put your walking shoes where you trip over them. Leave a language phrase list by the kettle. Make the good choice the easy choice and the not so good choice 2 steps farther away. Quick recap. Move daily. Add strength and balance. Protect sleep. Eat for brain-friendly blood vessels. Track the key numbers. Connect with people. Learn new things. Train attention. Use memory techniques. Play smart games. Tame stress. And tidy up your digital life. You do not need to overhaul everything at once. Pick 2 habits and start this week. Progress will not be dramatic like a movie montage, but it will be real like a comfortable pair of shoes. In a month, you'll notice steadier focus. In 3 months, better recall for names and tasks. In a year, you'll look back and realize your routines quietly upgraded your brain's everyday performance. That is what lasting memory improvement feels like. Familiar life, just easier. Frequently asked questions. Do I have to join a gym? Number. Your living room and a short walk outside are a perfectly respectable brain gym. What if my knees complain? Choose cycling, swimming, or chair exercises and keep going. What about supplements? Focus on food first. Ask your clinician before adding anything. Do I need brain training apps? Optional. Real-world novelty and social learning give you more variety for free. How long until I notice changes? Some people feel clearer in 2 weeks. Many notice improvements in 1 to 3 months. Troubleshooting low motivation. Shrink the target. 5 minutes is the hero in this story. 5 minutes of walking, 5 minutes of learning, 5 minutes of breathing. Set a tiny timer. Do the thing and stop while it still feels easy. Consistency writes new brain code. Intensity just argues about it. A 7-day starter plan. Monday, walk, green vegetables, and 5 new words. Tuesday, strength circuit and call a friend. Wednesday, balance drill and learn a short tune. Thursday, long walk with intervals and a puzzle. Friday, cook a brain bowl and try a new spice. Saturday, social outing and memory palace for a grocery list. Sunday, reset day. Prep grains, roast vegetables, plan your week, and sleep like royalty. 2 tiny stories. First, Helen kept losing her grocery list. She started putting it in the same pocket of the same bag every time and added a silly sticker to the notebook so it was easy to spot. Problem solved, stress level down, memory free to remember the actual groceries. Second, Aaron thought names were impossible. He began saying each name back once with a joke. Rose, like the flower, and reviewing later while making tea. A month later, he was the neighborhood name pro. Small systems beat big frustrations. Food specifics for the curious. Berries bring color and helpful plant compounds. Leafy greens provide folate and friends. Beans deliver fiber for steady energy. Fish brings omega-3s that support healthy brain rhythms. Olive oil tastes like a vacation and helps your vessels relax. None of this requires chef magic. It requires a cutting board, a spoon, and 10 quiet minutes where the phone is not invited. If dessert calls your name after dinner, make a sweet but smart plate. A few slices of fruit, a spoon of yogurt, a sprinkle of nuts, and a dusting of cinnamon. Eat it at the table, not over the sink like a raccoon with a secret. Your future memory appreciates table manners. Micro habits for busy days. Drink a glass of water before coffee. Do 5 sit-to-stands while the kettle boils. Pick one drawer to tidy for 2 minutes. Stretch your calves while brushing teeth. And step outside for 3 breaths of fresh air before lunch. None of these require motivation. They simply borrow moments you already have. When tech distracts, try a focus island. 1 hour a day with the phone in another room, a clear desk, and one task on a sticky note. When the hour ends, you can return to the noisy ocean of notifications, but you'll bring back a treasure, something finished. You've lived enough life to know that the best upgrades are often boring on the surface and brilliant underneath. A daily walk is not glamorous. It's effective. A bowl of beans is not flashy. It's brain fuel. A 10-minute language practice will not trend. It will quietly make you sharper. Your memory does not need a revolution. It needs steady kindness delivered daily. And a joke now and then, because a laughing brain remembers. Bonus tip 1. Keep a memory corner at home. A small tray with your notebook, pen, reading glasses, and the book you're working through. Sit there for 10 quiet minutes daily. Rituals teach the brain where certain kinds of thinking happen, and the brain loves reliable addresses. Bonus practice 1. At dinner, share one new thing you learned today in 1 minute. Teaching cements, learning, and a friendly deadline keeps it light. If you live alone, record a voice memo. Your future self will enjoy the collection.